Hello everybody, in today's episode of After Hour Effects, we're going to teach you how to create a simple head cast using only plaster bandages. Let's go. You're going to need some kind of shirt that you don't care about getting dirty, a plastic bag that we're going to use as a bald cap, tape to hold the bag on your head, a putty knife, expanding foam. I'm using a 1-inch expansion rate. Go and make sure you try to find the lowest expansion rate you can. Petroleum jelly, plaster bandages, scissors, and warm water. For preparation, go and take your scissors and your bandages and start cutting them into various lengths. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I made so that you can use that as reference. The sizes you cut are up to you, but these are the sizes that I'm going to be using for this build. Whoever's the one being in the head cast, be sure that they're wearing a shirt that they don't care about getting dirty. Lay the bag flat and start cutting from one corner all the way over to the other corner, giving you a quarter circle shape. To apply this bald cap, go and make sure the corner is towards the back of the head. Start by taping on the front of the forehead and work your way back. Try to get as much hair as you can into the actual bag itself. If the bag seems loose on the person's head, go ahead and fold the bag over top of itself and tape it down, giving you a nice tight fit. If you're bald or have your bald cap on, next is the Vaseline. Go ahead and start applying this generously to your face. If you have facial hair, I would recommend shaving it off, otherwise apply a ton of Vaseline to your facial hair, please. If you're wearing a plastic bag, there's no need to actually Vaseline the bag, because the bag is just going to be coming off your head once you take the cast off. Be sure to also be generous with the Vaseline around your eyebrows and your eyelashes. You don't want any of this getting stuck in the plaster bandages. The next step is to actually apply the bandages. Go and start by dipping one bandage into the water and start to fold it over one half of their head. Be sure to leave a separation starting from the crown of the person's head all the way down to their neck. This will make it easier to get them out of the head cast once it's hardened. You can see here the separation between the bandages. Once you have the back down to the length you need, it's time to start on the neck. Go ahead and fold the bandage in half. This allows a clean edge for when you take the head cast off, and it also helps reinforce it. Continue to build a framework around the neck, and then once you're done with that, it's time to start filling it. As you apply the bandages, be sure to rub a wet finger across it to give you a nice, smooth, finished texture. To start on the ear, make a border around the ear first. Be sure to get very close to the back end of the ear, and then we'll fill it in. This should be almost like a shell. You shouldn't see any of the detail of the actual ear, all you need is the shape. Next are the eyes. Be sure to get the detail of the bridge of the person's nose as well as the deep crevices into the eye socket. Continue down to the nose. Be sure to get the flare of the nostril very detailed and work around their nostrils to where they will be able to breathe. As you did with the eyes and the nose, be sure to get all the detail of the lips as well. Once you have all the details of the eyes, nose, ears, and mouth, go ahead and fill in the rest until you have a full head cast. For this first part, you only want to have one layer on their head. This will preserve all the detail of their mouth, ears, and eyes. Later, we'll be going through and putting more reinforcement on the inside once it's off the person's head. Once you have full coverage, it's time to let the bandages dry. This is going to take between 15 and 20 minutes. You can speed up this process by using a hairdryer though. To know when the bandages are fully dry, you can tell by the touch. It'll still be a little damp, but you will feel a hardness to the actual bandages. After it's dry, it's time to take it off. Go ahead and make funny faces to allow the head cast to separate from your face and features. Once you have that done, go ahead and start pulling from the back forward. Be sure to go very slowly and gently with this process. Because we only have one layer of bandages, it's very easy to tear. Once it's off, we're going to go ahead and seal up the back. Go and take thin strips of bandages and go and start sealing up the back. Again, only one layer of this because we want to preserve the features of the actual head. Once you're done with the outside, move to the inside. Very important for when it comes to expanding foam. After letting the head cast sit overnight to dry, I'm going to go and start reinforcing the inside with the plaster bandages. Be sure to be heavy in the facial areas and lighter around the edges. Be sure to add extra reinforcement to the eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. because these are the areas you want to preserve the most detail. We're going to go ahead and do 3 or 4 full coats on the inside to reinforce it. Be sure to have full coverage inside. Again, let the head cast sit overnight to fully dry. Once we're done with that, it's time to fill it with expanding foam. I went ahead and cut out a piece of cardboard just to make sure there's easy cleanup. With expanding foam, be sure to read all safety instructions and directions before using. Once you've done so, go ahead and start filling the inside. Go ahead and work around the edges until you have full coverage. Be sure to only fill around the edges because you do not want to completely fill the head cast. This foam is going to expand and we're going to have to pull some out to keep it from expanding too much. The process is going to take a few minutes, so go ahead and get comfortable as it expands. Be sure to continue to watch it though, because eventually you're going to have to come back and scoop some of the actual foam out. Be sure to point this away from you though, because this can spew and spray all over you. This is also where the putty knife comes through. Once you have that thick layer cut off, you're going to go and scoop out the inside, causing a more open hole for it to expand further. The whole point of this is so that you have inward expansion. You don't want to have outward expansion because then you'll start to lose the features of your head cast. Repeat this process as many times as necessary. Doing so will keep your head cast from warping under the pressure.
Alright, there you go. There's an easy tutorial on how to make your own head cast. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button down below and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Also leave a comment. Let us know if you want to see us build anything and we'll do it for you. This is After Hour Effects. Have a good night.
Guys! Hey! Hey guys! Hey! You guys filming? You guys are filming without me! Hey, is this thing still on? You guys suck. You know that, right?